Given the role that I had played in helping resolve the crisis around the scandal within the Iowa National Guard, Governor Ray and members of his staff kind of embraced me as now a member of the team and someone who could play and fill a very valuable role within their staff, doing special projects, for example. And I was also put in charge of managing the relationship, state, federal level, including the relationship with the National Governors Association, which was headquartered in Washington, D.C. I started going to the annual meetings that the NGA, as it was called, would hold, and there was a winter meeting in Washington. And Governor Ray was a member of a committee, newly established Committee on International Trade that was chaired by the Democratic governor of Georgia. And the NGA operates on a basis of partisan cooperation, bipartisanship. So Governor Ray had a leading role. And the governor of Georgia was a Democrat, had a good relationship with President Carter, who was a Democrat. And the committee proposed a series of 3 meetings around the U.S., one on the East Coast, one I think in Seattle on the West Coast, and another in Iowa, in Cedar Rapids, would take place. The governor put me in charge of that and actually told me to find the place where we should hold it. So we were going to have 3 or 4 cabinet members. We'd be reaching out to governors all over the Midwest to come be part of this, be inviting business representatives. We needed a large meeting facility and a hotel that could handle this. In 1979, there was not in Des Moines, Iowa, the capital, a hotel or meeting facility that could handle that event. And so we went over to Cedar Rapids, which was just finishing its new 5 Seasons Center, kind of a sports arena meeting facility. Wasn't even done yet. I met with the longtime mayor, Don Canny, and said, here's an opportunity for us to host this. Can't do it in Des Moines, no place there. We want to come. You've built this new 5 Seasons hotel, and you have this center, but it's going to be in June of this year, June '79. Will it be finished? And sitting there at the mayor, he said, I pledge to you, it will be finished. And they were, in fact, still laying terrazzo floor on the weekend before the conference started. But it was done, it was ready. And so we held this conference there. And I turned to the newly revitalized Iowa National Guard, Major Tommy Thompson, General Gilbert, General Lawson's overall broad support. We brought the Guard members to state duty, so they're paid by the state, and they became my organizing team. So this was really the first conference I ever organized. I didn't have any experience in it, but I applied some of my State Department background and my training in Vietnam and at the White House and putting on events. And so we're reaching out, and we're going to have 3 members of the cabinet coming to take part as speakers. We're going to have 7 governors, 1 lieutenant governor, several hundred business representatives, CEOs from all over the Midwest would be showing up for the event. And so we're organized. We have the meeting rooms, we have the forum, we have the tables and everything set. And I went to bed the night before, and then about 12 or 1 in the morning, I said, oh, I wonder if that's right. I got up, I got dressed, I ran downstairs. Here were the guys from the National Guard still setting up tables. Oh, that's not right, we gotta move that one closer. I learned all the details were so important. So, and the attention to them. The next day, everyone showed up. Governor Ray was the center of attention in this, being the host. People were so effusive in their praise and thanks, saying, you've made us feel so welcome. We had gotten a special gift for the governor, Republican, to give to the Secretary of Commerce, a Democrat, whose daughter was getting married, so the governor called her up, so this is a special wedding present from us for your daughter. She was so touched, so blown away by the thoughtfulness that we had. But I also learned we were on a budget, and we were on a tight budget. And down to the, how many shrimp could be served. And I just remember being so obsessed with the details. How much coffee is being drunk by all the security officers for all these governors and cabinet members in there? They're bringing more coffee to them. Oh my gosh, do I have the budget for that? And at the reception that evening afterwards, the seafood and shrimp laid out, and all of a sudden it's all gone and it's just starting, and they're bringing out more shrimp, and I'm doing these calculations on the back of an envelope. And I said to somebody, probably would be okay if the conference adopted the Communist Manifesto as the new trade policy of the United States, as long as not too many shrimp are eaten and not too much coffee is served. It's what happens when you become so focused on the details. But it was a great lesson that stayed with me in future positions, whether it's organizing events for the Secretary of State or organizing events for 20 years as part of the World Food Prize. You have to think through every detail. I learned all of that at that type of approach. This first experience, first ever conference I organized, the Cedar Rapids White House National Governors Association Export Conference. It was a great learning experience.